Good morning, everyone. My name is Dunking Aquino Pangilinan, and my course is Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship. Our lesson or topic for today's video is about five Philippine musical genres. First is Pinoy jazz, Pinoy rock, Pinoy pop, Kundiman, and lastly, Philippine folk music. Pinoy Jazz, based on Richie Carino's book, Pinoy Jazz Traditions, which won the 2004 National Book Award in the music category. Pinoy Jazz is a 58-minute video documentary that provides the first ever documentation of development of jazz in the Philippines. From its infancy in 1898, when Filipinos were first exposed to black music performed by African American soldiers, to its present day maturity in which musicians are turning to indigenous sources for inspiration, incorporating historical still photography, turn of the century film footage, maps, old recordings, present day performances, and interviews with veteran and contemporary musicians. The video presents an eye-opening view into an almost forgotten history of the art of jazz and its development in the Philippines over the last century. This example is Ryan Cayabyab, Roots to Roots, Pinoy Jazz. Next is Pinoy Rock. Pinoy Rock or Filipino Rock is the brand of rock music produced in the Philippines or by Filipinos. It has become as diverse as the rock music genre itself, and bands adopting this style are now further classified under more specific genres or combinations of genres like alternative rock, post-grunge, ethnic, new wave, pop rock, punk rock, funk, reggae, heavy metal, ska, and recently indie. Because these genres are generally considered to fall under the broad rock music category. Pinoy rock may be more specifically defined as rock music with Filipino cultural sensibilities. For example, ang huling El Bimbo by Eraserheads. Next is Pinoy Pop. Pinoy Pop or P-pop, also known as Philippine pop or Filipino pop, refers to a contemporary pop music in the Philippines originating from the OPM genre when its beginnings in the late 1970s. Pinoy pop is growing genre in the year of 2020s through the 1990s to the 20s. OPM pop was regularly showcased in the live band scene. For example, Tala by Sarah Geronimo, Kundiman. Kundiman. What does Kundiman mean? Kundiman is the classic form of Filipino love song, or so it seemed to colonialist forces in the Philippines. In fact, Kundiman, the singer who expressed undying love for his beloved, is actually singing for love of country. Kundiman is a genre of traditional Filipino love songs. The lyrics of the Kundiman are written in Tagalog. The melody is characterized by a smooth, flowing, and gentle rhythm with dramatic intervals. Kundiman was the traditional means of serenade charade in the Philippines. For example, the pakiusap. Lastly is Filipino folk music. Ay, Philippine folk music. Philippine folk music, the traditional music of the Philippines, like the folk music of other countries, reflects the life of common, mostly rural Filipinos, like their counterparts in Asia. May traditional songs from the Philippines have strong connection with nature. However, much of it employs the diatonic scale rather than the more Asian pentatonic scale, with the exception of indigenous people ritual music. For example, the Leron Leron Sinta. This is the Tagalog folk song. And that's all. Thank you for listening and goodbye. Thank you.